Hey, everybody, it's Traci Thomas, creator and host of the podcast, The Stacks. I'm here with a bonus episode of the Stacks Unabridged. Today, I am doing a fun little game. It is a nonfiction book generator. You all have asked me for book recommendations based on your moods, your favorite shows, your favorite candies, TV, and I am delivering nonfiction books to go with those things. If you're listening to this episode and you get a few minutes in and it cuts out, that means you are not a member of the Stacks Pack on Patreon or a paid subscriber to my newsletter, Unstacked, on Substack. This is exclusive content for people who are. So if you want to hear this entire episode, go to patreon.com/thestacks and join the Stacks Pack, or go to tracithomas.substack.com and subscribe to Unstacked. By doing that, you also get some awesome perks. You get to be part of our Discord. You get bonus content. You get these bonus episodes. You get to vote in our Stackies, which is the Stacks official literary award. Plus, you get to know that you're making it possible for me to make this show every single week. I also want to add that if you know anybody who is desperate to join the Stacks Pack or be part of Unstacked community, you can now gift them a membership to either of those platforms, or both, up to you. You can find that over on Patreon at patreon.com/thestacks and on Unstacked at tracithomas.substack.com. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to the episode. Welcome to another bonus episode of the Stacks Unabridged. It's me, Traci Thomas, your host. Today we're trying something new. It's the nonfiction generator game, but it's in audio form. I asked folks to submit their moods, songs, movies, whatever. I'm doing great. I asked them to submit these things, and then I'm going to pair them with a nonfiction book. I did this once over on my Substack. People loved it. I thought it would be fun as a bonus episode. I've got to give credit to NYC book girl Morgan Hoyt, because this is really her game, and I basically stole it and made it nonfiction only because it's Nonfiction November. So listen, if you get these bonus episodes all the time, you're probably thinking, this is sort of an underperforming episode, Traci. What's going on? And you know what? You're not wrong. I am exhausted, and I could not find the right guest for this month. And I thought, well, I'm not going to do an episode. And then at the last minute, I thought, you know what? I'm going to do an episode. That being said, there's actually 2 bonus episodes coming in January, and they are both out of this world fantastic. So please accept this sort of middling bonus episode for November, and just know that in January, I've like super duper got you. I picked 15 of the moods, songs, foods, TV shows that you all submitted to pair with nonfiction books, and we're going to get started. First up, this person asked for, quote, any captivating true crime story where you find out in the end who the killer is. I went with a nonfiction book that I read in 2019 called People Who Eat Darkness by Richard Lloyd Perry. The book is about the murder of an American girl in Japan. She works at a bar. She's not a sex worker, but the vibes are similar. And she's murdered, and nobody knows what happens to her. And now that I'm saying that she's American, I'm actually remembering that she's British. And it's about trying to figure out what happened to her, but it's also about Japan and their criminal system, or criminal justice system, or maybe criminal legal system is more accurate, since there's no justice in our criminal justice system. I'm not going to say there's any in theirs. But the book is really captivating. You don't exactly know what's going on, who did it. Maybe you think you know, then you kind of figure it out, but then you don't really understand why. And it sort of takes you all the way to the end before you really get what's going on. And then you have to figure out, is this person going to be convicted of this crime? Is this person even still alive? What happens? That's the wreck. Number 2, this person asked for an intriguing read as a distraction from the political mess we are experiencing. Okay, I wanted to go with something fun. I wanted to go with something that you could talk about with your family over the holiday season, I'm going with Ladies Who Punch by Ramin Satuda. For those of you who've been listening to the show for a long time, Ramin did come on the podcast in 2019 to talk about this book that is all about The View. It's about the TV show The View, which I love. It is about Barbara Walters. It is about Whoopi Goldberg. It takes you through all the iterations of the cast, the drama, the Rosie O'Donnell sections are fantastic. It is such a fun book. It is such a distraction from everything that's going on while still also remaining somewhat relevant because, yes, of course, Donald Trump makes an appearance in the book. Hillary Clinton makes an appearance in the book because the truth is The View is actually an extremely political show and really shapes the way that we think and talk about politics in America, especially in the mid 2000s, early 2000s, when the show was at the height of its power. So my recommendation for intriguing distraction is Ladies Who Punch by Ramin Satuda. Of course, because you all are my people, many of you asked for recommendations for either Not Like Us or just the new Kendrick album in general. So I've combined those two. I am giving you my favorite book diss track ever, which is Notes on a Native Son by James Baldwin. This book is a short essay collection. The first essay is basically James Baldwin just ethering Native Son, the book. It's not just why the book sucks to James Baldwin. It's also why Richard Wright ain't shit. It is old school beef. It is like highbrow infighting, and I love it. It reminds me of the Drake Kendrick beef. It reminds me that books and authors should for sure be talking shit to each other all the fucking time. And the fact that they're being nice to each other on the internet, like book people, is not in the tradition of the literary community. So my Kendrick beef book recommendation is Notes on a Native Son. All right, that is the end of this bonus teaser. If you were liking what you were hearing, you can listen to the entire episode by going to either patreon.com/thestacks and joining the Stacks Pack, getting access to the Discord, being able to participate in our virtual book club, and or you can go to tracithomas.substack.com and subscribe to Unstacked, where you're going to get my writing about books, pop culture. You're going to get other exclusive author interviews, and of course, these bonus episodes. So go to one of those two places, join us, get to hear the rest of this episode, and support the work that I do by being a part of these wonderful communities. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the Stacks.